thought it was cool to start in New Delhi and then go to the Taj Mahal and sort of almost like front load the experience with like a frantic pace and like a lot of dreamlike sights. And then coming up here felt like a real transition to a quiet place, as you know, it is called.
Coming on this retreat was a really beautiful way for me to reconnect with my writer self, and I definitely did that. I wrote more every day than I've written in the past 6 months.
Each session was very focused, which was helpful. It wasn't just like a free-for-all, let's talk about writing. There was a session on characterization, a session on point of view, a session on structure in novel and nonfiction writing.
I had to revise some of it based on the feedback I got from Kathleen and Chetan, and as a result of that, there's a whole new narrative that's being developed, and I'm also shooting aspects of the film here.
So Kathleen gave these great prompts that, I came in thinking I was working on this short story and maybe turning it into a novel, and instead I wound up starting a bunch of new pieces, short stories, flash fiction, poetry. I wrote poetry for the first time in 17 years while I was here, and it renewed my love of different forms like poetry.
I submitted 4,000 words from the current novel I'm working on with my agent. It was like 98% done, and I could not, I've gone through it a couple times with my agent, and I could not figure out why it wasn't working. And they fixed it. We had an hour session. It only took half an hour, and I was like, oh, this is what I need to do to fix this book, this manuscript. And actually I fixed it here and resent it to my agent.
I had that quality of good feedback where it kind of shines a light on things that maybe you know but don't know how to talk about quite yet. That's a very unique thing, and I think also speaks to the experience of the talent that the Himalayan Writing Retreat is bringing in for these courses.
I was really impressed with the amount of learning that we got to do in just the 10 or so days of classes. I also really appreciated the 2-on-1 session with Chetan and Kathleen. That was super beneficial to my writing.
We wound up having these experiences that were both expected and unexpected. Food, home-cooked meals. I don't think any dish has repeated.
The food here has been astounding. I've never eaten so much in my life.
Worth coming here just for the food.
I have dietary restrictions, but I never felt like I was missing out on anything.
I would like to pack the whole kitchen staff and take them back with me to the United States.
I would definitively come back and do it again. It's been a very nice integration of learning, writing, exploring, a cultural immersion, an amazing staff, amazing participants. It has felt like you can really get whatever you need out of it in the moment of life you're in.
You wind up meeting other very open, respectful, curious people that want to have this kind of cross-cultural exchange of ideas and experience together.
Everything is so well organized, but also there are gaps in time that allow people to explore on their own if they want to.
It's been more of a spiritual trip than I was expecting because I process so much of my emotions by writing. I have used this time to process emotions more than my book. I've been making notes on my book, and I'll take those with me to firm things up when I get home. But the space here has been so lovely, and it has really helped me center myself.
You will see things and experience things, hear, smell, we'll never have encountered in the rest of your life.
I imagine whatever I write from here on out, this experience will have a role in